You didn't click on this video by accident. Something brought you here, and in the next few minutes, you're going to see why. Because when you start acting as if everything always works out for you, it does. Money flows in, opportunities appear, problems dissolve before they even reach you. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a state of being, one that some of the wealthiest, happiest, most resourceful people on earth live in every day, even when things look uncertain. And today, I'll show you exactly how to step into it, so you can live as if large sums of money are already yours, and watch reality catch up fast. So before we go deeper, take a second and ask yourself, what would change if, starting now, you assumed everything was already working out for you? What would you stop worrying about? What would you start doing? What decisions would you finally make? Let's go there, together. The truth is, most people are stuck in reaction mode. They respond to life based on what's happening right now. And because of that, they keep recreating the same reality over and over. Neville Goddard said, "Your assumptions, if persisted in, will harden into fact." If your assumption is that life is against you, you'll see proof everywhere. But if you persist in the assumption that everything always works out for you, that the timing is perfect, that the money is already on its way, you create a completely different experience. This is the shift we're making today. Because once you live in that state, you stop chasing results, and results start chasing you. Here's where most people get it wrong. They wait for life to prove that it's working out before they allow themselves to believe it. They wait for the bank balance to rise. They wait for the job offer. They wait for the good news. But waiting only delays it. The ones who seem lucky, the ones who always land on their feet, they believe it first. They act from it before they see it. That's the act as if energy. It's not pretending. It's stepping into the identity of the person who already has what they want, and letting the outer world adjust to match it. If you want large sums of money to flow to you, you don't look at your current account balance and obsess over it. You step into the version of you who already receives money effortlessly. Ask yourself, if I knew money was always coming, how would I walk into a room? How would I speak to people? What would my energy feel like to others? Now here's the secret. Do that now, not next week, not when the deposit arrives. Now. When you live from that state, your tone changes. Your posture changes. You're not checking your phone in anxiety, you're checking it with expectation. You're not wondering if you'll be okay, you're moving as if you already are. And here's what's wild. The more you hold that state, the more reality lines up to prove you right. Money arrives in ways you couldn't have predicted. People you barely know offer help or opportunities. The timing of events becomes almost uncanny. In a moment, I'm going to give you a specific mental shift you can make today that locks in this everything works out state so deeply, it becomes automatic. But before I do, remember this. You didn't land here by accident. And if you're still watching, it's because this message is already calling you into that version of yourself. Here's something powerful that happens when you stop waiting for proof and start acting like the proof is already here. Most people never make that leap. They tell themselves, once I see it, then I'll believe it. But that's backwards. The belief is what causes you to see it. Look at anyone you think of as lucky or blessed. They don't wait for life to give them permission to feel secure or confident. They walk into the room like the deal is already done. They answer the phone like they're about to hear good news. They expect things to go their way, and somehow they usually do. And here's the strange thing. Money responds to this energy faster than almost anything else. Why? Because money flows where it feels safe. And nothing makes it feel safer than certainty. When you act certain, not arrogant, not desperate, but calm and sure, opportunities show up, people want to work with you, and money finds its way into your hands. Neville Goddard taught that your outer world is simply your inner assumptions pushed out. So if your inner assumption is, I'm the person everything works out for, the outer world has no choice but to match it. The problem? Most people's inner assumption is the opposite. They assume they'll get the short end of the stick. They assume things will take longer. They assume if money does come, it will go just as fast. And the universe is only too happy to deliver exactly that. But there's a way to flip that assumption on its head, to install a new one that makes money, timing, and outcomes line up in your favor almost automatically. It's simple, it's fast, and it works because it speaks directly to the part of you that creates your reality without effort. In the next segment, I'm going to give you the exact words to do it. Words you can say in less than 7 seconds that start programming your mind for abundance instantly. So don't skip ahead, because how you hear them, the way I'm going to give them to you, matters just as much as the words themselves. All right, you've waited long enough. Up until now, we've been talking about the state, that inner certainty that life bends in your favor. But a state needs a signal, a cue that tells your subconscious, this is who I am now, this is how life works for me. That's what this is about, because the words you speak are not just sounds, they're instructions. Every phrase you say with feeling becomes a blueprint your reality builds from. So here's the phrase, the one I promised you. It takes less than 7 seconds to say, but when you feel it, it shifts something deep inside you. Everything always works out for me, including money. Simple? Yes. But don't mistake simple for weak. Most people choke their own abundance by overcomplicating it. They think they need the perfect timing, the perfect method, or the perfect conditions before things can turn around. You don't. You just need to impress the right assumption on your subconscious. Neville Goddard called it assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you say these words, slowly, like they're already a proven fact, you're doing exactly that. You're declaring, right now, that money is not a problem. That opportunities don't have to be chased. That life is set up in your favor, and it shows up in your bank account too. Here's how to use it. Say it first thing in the morning, before your feet touch the ground. Say it when you make a payment. Say it when you get unexpected money, even if it's a few coins. And most importantly, say it when things don't look like they're working. Because that's when it works the fastest. And let me tell you something. There's a strange magic in declaring it publicly. Write it in the comments right now. Everything always works out for me, including money. When you do, you're not just writing words, you're planting a flag. You're saying, this is my reality now, and there's no going back. Remember, this is not a request to the universe. It's a statement. And the more you speak it with that calm certainty, the faster your world rearranges itself to make it true. Now that you've got the phrase, the real magic is in how you live it. Because saying, everything always works out for me, including money, isn't just about repeating words. It's about embodying them until they become your automatic response to life. Think about it. How many times a day do you narrate your circumstances without even realizing it? You see an unexpected bill and mutter, just my luck. You lose a sale and sigh, figures. Every time, you're reinforcing an identity of someone things don't work out for. But when you swap that for our 7-second phrase, you're doing something radical. You're taking every moment, even the inconvenient ones, and bending them toward your desired outcome. Let's say you get a bill for $300 more than you expected. You might panic, start mentally rearranging your week, worrying about where the money will come from. New you take a breath, you feel the words, and you say, everything always works out for me, including money. And instead of spiraling, you open your mind to solutions. And suddenly, someone repays a debt. A client books unexpectedly. You find a subscription you forgot to cancel and free up exactly what you need. Coincidence? Maybe. But the more you live this way, the less it feels like coincidence. And the more it feels like certainty. Neville Goddard said, you are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. This phrase is you refusing to doubt. It's you standing in the identity of someone who doesn't chase, doesn't force, but receives. Because that's who you are now. And here's something fascinating. The subconscious loves repetition, but it loves emotional repetition even more. That means when you say it, don't rush it. Feel it in your body. Hear it in your own voice, as if you're telling someone a fact about yourself. I'm 6 feet tall. I have brown eyes. Everything always works out for me, including money. Make it that normal. Make it that certain. And if you're willing to take it one step further, here's what I want you to do tonight. Right before you fall asleep, close your eyes and imagine you've just had the best financial day of your life. Your phone's buzzing with good news. Your bank account just surprised you. You're smiling because it's all lined up perfectly. Now, in that moment, whisper the phrase, "Everything always works out for me, including money." Then, let it go. Because the letting go is where the subconscious takes over and does the heavy lifting for you. Here's the thing most people miss about manifesting anything, especially money. It's not just about saying the right words, it's about becoming the kind of person those words are true for. And that's why this 7-second phrase works so fast when you do it right. Because every time you say, "Everything always works out for me, including money," you're not just describing a wish. You're describing yourself. Now I want you to think about something. If a millionaire lost everything tomorrow, how do you think they'd act? Would they panic? Would they start declaring, "It's over for me"? No. They'd instantly fall back into the assumption that things will turn around. Fast. They've seen it happen before, and their mind is wired to expect it again. That's exactly what you're building here. Wiring your brain to expect abundance, even before it shows up. And here's where it gets interesting. When you start to live this way, your actions change naturally. You'll take opportunities you would have ignored before. You'll reach out to people you might have hesitated to contact. You'll speak up, ask for what you want, and act with a confidence that draws results to you. Why? Because you're no longer playing from fear, you're playing from certainty. Now, let me share something subtle but powerful you can do starting today. Pair the phrase with a micro action. Every time you say it, do something small that proves it's true. Example: say it, then check your PayPal, even if you don't expect anything. Say it, then open your inbox. Say it, then send that pitch, message, or request you've been putting off. This is how you build the bridge between your words and your reality. It tells your subconscious, "Look, this is happening now," and it starts scanning for more evidence. And here's something I've learned from watching thousands of people do this. The moment you combine certainty with curiosity, things happen faster. Certainty is the phrase. Curiosity is the attitude of, "I wonder how the universe will pull this off today." This makes life fun. You stop gripping so tightly. You stop thinking you need to control every detail. And when you stop forcing, you give space for money, ideas, and opportunities to show up in ways you couldn't have planned. Now, I need you to really hear this part. You will be tested. Not in a scary way, but in a, let's see if you really mean it kind of way. There will be moments where it looks like things aren't working. And that's when this phrase is at its strongest. Because anyone can say, "Everything always works out for me," including money, when everything's already working. But when you can say it, mean it, and stand in it when things don't look right, that's when reality bends faster than you can imagine. I've seen people go from zero in their account to unexpected payments in less than 24 hours just because they refuse to shift out of this state. Not because the phrase is magic in itself, but because it kept them steady enough for opportunities to land instead of slipping by unnoticed. So here's your challenge for the next 48 hours. No matter what happens, no matter what you see, no matter how you feel, you keep saying it. You keep feeling it. You keep acting as if it's already done. And if you want to lock it in even deeper, tell the world. Write it in the comments. Say it out loud in the mirror. Share it with someone you trust. Not to convince them, but to cement it for yourself. Because the moment you decide that this is simply how your life works now, everything starts to line up. And the beauty of it is, you'll start to expect good news instead of bad. You'll check your phone and assume it's something exciting. You'll look at your bank account and feel a sense of calm instead of dread. This is how you rewire your entire money reality. Not in years, not in months, but in days. Sometimes hours. And in a moment, I'm going to share one last twist. A way to make this phrase even more powerful without changing a single word. Miss this, and you'll be leaving half its power on the table. All right, this is it. We've built the foundation. You've been holding on, listening, connecting the dots, and now it's time for that final piece that will make this more than just a phrase in your mind. It will become the blueprint your life starts following automatically. Earlier, I told you the 7-second phrase. Everything always works out for me, including money. But here's the twist I didn't reveal until now. It's not just about the words. It's about when and how you say them. Because the timing is everything. Most people sprinkle their affirmations throughout the day, and that's fine. But if you want results that hit you so fast they almost feel unfair, you need to deliver this phrase when your subconscious is the most open, when it's unguarded. Neville Goddard called this the bridge of sleep, the split-second states between waking and sleeping where your conscious mind steps aside. And whatever you impress in those moments bypasses resistance and plants directly into the soil of your reality. So here's what I want you to do. First thing in the morning, before your feet touch the ground, before you look at your phone, before you think about yesterday, just breathe. And let the phrase form in your mind like it's already carved into stone. Everything always works out for me, including money. Feel it. Picture your day already solved, opportunities already lined up, transfers already landed in your account. Last thing at night, as your head sinks into the pillow, whisper it or think it softly. Not with strain, not with begging, but like you're telling yourself something you've known your whole life, but had just forgotten. Why these 2 moments? Because these are the only times each day where your brainwaves drop naturally into alpha and theta, the same states hypnosis uses to bypass critical thinking. In those moments, there's no "yeah, but" voice to block it. No doubts, no resistance, just a direct deposit into your subconscious. Now, you might be wondering, is it really that simple? Just morning and night? Yes. And no. Yes. In that, it's the only work you need to do. No. In that, it's not just about repetition, it's about state. Neville used to say, your assumption, when persisted in, becomes your reality. And the assumption is carried not just in the words, but in the feeling those words create. So as you say them, let yourself feel the relief of a problem already solved. The ease of knowing money is flowing in before you even check your account. The quiet smile of a person who lives under an entirely different set of rules than the rest of the world. And here's the wild thing. Once your nervous system starts to believe this, you'll notice your behavior change automatically. You'll open emails without flinching. You'll make decisions faster. You'll stop avoiding situations out of fear of what if, because the what if turns into even if it still works out for me. Let me give you a few examples so you see how deep this runs. The unexpected bill. Instead of spiraling into worry, you say the phrase, and within days, you get a refund you didn't expect. The deal you thought you lost. You say the phrase, and a better one shows up without you chasing it. The quiet weeks with no clients. You say the phrase, and 2 reach out at the same time asking for your services. Coincidence? Number its cause and effect. Because when you speak this way, you stay in the frequency where solutions live. You're no longer hoping things work out. You're assuming they already have. And life rushes to match that assumption. Now, I want to take you 6 months into your future. You've been doing this every morning, every night, without fail. What's changed? You wake up, and instead of dread, there's calm. You check your phone, and there's a payment notification. Your plans go smoothly, or, when they don't, something better slides into place. You notice people start calling you lucky. And you smile, because you know it's not luck. You've shifted states, you've rewired the story you tell the universe. And now the universe can only send you the ending you keep repeating. But here's something most people will miss if I don't say it now. This is not a 7-day challenge. This is not a try it once and see trick. This is a new baseline identity. And the longer you live here, the more automatic it becomes, until one day you realize you don't even have to remember to say the phrase. You are the phrase. Your life is the proof. And I'll tell you something else. The moment you commit to this identity fully, people will notice. Some will be inspired, some will be confused, some may even resist your new reality. And that's okay, because the ones meant to walk alongside you will adjust to your new frequency or drift away, leaving room for those aligned with where you're headed. So here's my challenge to you. Starting tonight, commit to 7 days straight. No misses, morning and night. Not as a chore, but as a reset button for your life. And if you're ready to take that step, lock it in right now by typing in the comments. Everything always works out for me, including money. Not for me. For you. For the part of you that needs to see yourself. Type it, read it, and believe it. And if this spoke to you, if you know you want to stay in this energy, hit subscribe. Because this isn't just a channel. It's a place where you get reminded over and over of who you really are, until you can't forget again. You didn't click on this video by chance. You're here because you were ready for this shift. Now go live it, morning and night, for the next 7 days. And then, for life. Because remember, everything, always, works out for you, including money. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.